Hey everybody, today we are making glow-in-the-dark butter slime. If you have not made butter slime before, I gotta say it is one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's got this smooth, buttery-like texture that's super fun and stretchy, and you can spread it kind of like butter. And we're gonna take it a step further today and make it glow in the dark. So let's just jump right into what you're gonna need. You're gonna start with a mixing bowl, and we're using a measuring cup and spoons. You're gonna need a full cup of glue today, so I'm using a white washable Elmer's school glue. I really like this stuff. You're also going to need some lotion. I'm using just some Lubriderm lotion that I had on hand. If you want to make it glow in the dark, you're going to need some glow in the dark paint and or glitter. I'm using both today. I'll show you more about how that goes in later. You're going to need some baking soda, and you're also going to need some contact solution as an activator. And the thing that differs from a lot of the other slime recipes, you're going to need this Crayola Air Dry Model Magic. I'm just using this Crayola. I'm using white as well because once you incorporate that into the slime, it will change into the color you're wanting, which is what I'm going for today. So first, you're going to pour a whole cup of glue into your bowl. I'm not going to show you how I pour all of this into the cup measure and pour it all into the bowl. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next, you're going to do 2 tablespoons of lotion. Just squirt, squirt, dump, dump into the bowl like I'm doing here. You're going to need 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. Next, you're going to need a half teaspoon of baking soda. I'm just going to pour a little, I'm going to try and get as close to a half teaspoon as I can. There we go. That's close enough. That was a lot. So next, what you're going to need is 2.5 tablespoons of water. So there's 1, there's 2, and then I'm just adding a half as well. Now you're going to mix everything really well, incorporate everything together really well. I don't know if you've ever made eggs before, but I'm just going to kind of beat it like I do eggs, and I'm just going to speed this up here because it's pretty boring to watch, but mix it really well. Next, if you're going to add a color or make it glow in the dark, you're going to want to add your color now. We are using this glow in the dark acrylic paint, so I'm just going to squirt a bunch of that in. You're going to want to make sure that you have a lot of color in there because when you add the white clay later in the next couple steps, it will lighten the color quite a bit. So I'm just going to squirt a whole bunch of my paint in there just to get a nice vivid color before we add the white clay. Okay, now I need to make sure that I stir this really well again because next we're going to add in the activator and we want everything really well mixed and incorporated before we do so. Now you're going to add 2 teaspoons of contact solution. So I'm just going to pour and dump it straight in. There's 1, there's 2. Okay, this is probably the most important step where you need to make sure everything is mixed really well. You're going to want to mix, mix, mix until that contact solution or the activator really starts to thicken this liquid up into a slime-like substance. You're really kind of wanting to make a bit of a thick slime. If it's not thickening up as you're mixing, you're going to want to add more activator or contact solution as you go so that it does thicken up. So as I'm mixing here, I'm noticing that it's not really thickening up the way I was hoping it would. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour a little more of the contact solution into the slime liquid so that it thickens up quite a bit before we think about adding in our Model Magic clay. And as I'm mixing, it's starting to thicken up really nicely. So now I'm going to just grab our clay. I ended up getting a 8-ounce package. You only need 4 ounces. So I'm just going to pull this out and cut this in half and use half of it. I'll save the other half for a different project or more butter slime later, but I'm just cutting this in half. So now this is the fun part. You are going to add in this Model Magic clay into your slime liquid. There's a couple ways to do this. I'm just going to shove this magic clay straight into my slime liquid. And I'm just going to mix the heck out of it. I'm going to push it in. I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to twist. I'm going to pull. You can also pull everything out and mix everything on a tabletop or a counter. I decided to just leave it in the bowl and just squeeze and mix and twist. This is actually a very satisfying part of the slime. It's just fun to mix and push and get everything all mixed together. And as you start mixing everything, it should start to get a little sticky. which is a good sign. It'll start sticking to each other. It'll start sticking to the edges. So once it's starting to look like this, you know you're on the right track. It's really just going to take a lot of mixing and messing with, but the more you mix and mess, eventually it will turn into this really nice, smooth, buttery-like texture, which you're going to see here in just a minute. But this is exactly what you're looking for. You just got to keep messing and wrangling with it, but eventually it will start looking like this. This is what you're looking for. It's very smooth, it's very stretchy, it's very satisfying. So once you have it like this, if you're going to add glow glitter, I'm just going to go ahead and dump it. Oh my god, that was, well, okay. I tried to just do a little bit, but you know, we'll see how that looks when it's done. But add your glow glitter or any, you know, charms or other glitter or things that you want to add to your slime to make it pop. I'm just going to see how this glow glitter looks. I've never used it before, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. And when you're done, it should look like this. It's got this really nice, smooth texture, very satisfying to mess with. You can kind of roll it into itself here. I'm going to make it into a slab of butter like everyone else does. And then, you know, you got to cut it into chunks and then spread it. Oh yeah, check that out. Gotta love that. Such an awesome texture. I love this slime. It's just such a great slime to poke and mess with. It's got a very satisfying sound, but I would like to see what this looks like under the black light now. So here's what it looks like with the black light on. I added some extra glow glitter on top. It looks really great, and when you turn the black light off, it just glows really, really well. I'm glad I chose the green and the green glow glitter. It just kind of pops when you turn everything off. It almost looks like some sort of galaxy ooze or something like that, space ooze. If you liked this glow-in-the-dark butter slime, give this video a like and a thumbs up, and tell me what slime you'd want me to make next. Alright, I will see you in the next one.